Welcome to Screencast, Kind of Funny's only entertainment-based podcast where we come together and talk about TV shows, movies, and streaming services. I'm your host, Kevin Coelho. To my immediate right, we've got the Nick Scarpino, the man with the three-fingered movie review.
Hold on, let me see if
that was a nice little.
Oh, that was just sad.
Yeah,
I was loosening it up so that when he was done with my intro, I could go.
That would be a good
It would have been
calling
cool.
card was.
People have said in the comments before that I pour Diet Coke like a psychopath.
Yeah.
And upon looking back on the footage replay, they are correct.
Upon further review.
Upon further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Yeah, wow.
I am crazy.
You still do it anyway.
I go deep.
To your right, my left, Tim, 30 under 30, Gettys.
I'm calling you Magic Man from now on.
The Magic Man?
Yeah.
Tim, the Magic Man Gettys.
Cool. Oh, I like
I stole
that.
it from Talladega Nights, but whatever.
Yeah, I'll
That's
take
fine.
it.
No one watched that movie anymore.
And this is Screencast. We are streamed every Friday around 11:30ish, I guess.
We had a couple OBS
Yeah.
issues
Yeah.
today, but
Yeah.
we're back. We're
Yeah.
back. There's still people in the chat, right? Let's see.
And on twitch.tv/kindoffunny games. Yeah, right. It takes me
We got there,
sometimes.
Kev. We got
Yep. If you don't have time to watch us live, that's totally okay. You can go to YouTube or Rooster Teeth and catch our content as a VOD there. If you don't want to look at our ugly faces, that's totally fine. There's a bunch of streaming services. Anyone that you want.
Podcast services.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Podcast services.
Yeah. We're on a bunch of new ones now, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I found that a couple of our shows didn't make it to things. TuneIn's the one I'm working on right now. My friend
Forget
Shari
it.
works at TuneIn.
Get the hell out. That should be easy.
It's a personal affront
Yeah.
that some of our
Yeah.
stuff's not there. But no, you
think
might
she's doing it on
notice.
purpose?
For a long time, I've been saying Beyond Pod that we're there. Not all our shows are there, but now they are. So you can go check them out.
Was this show there?
I don't know. It is now.
All
100%.
right. So go and check that out. Remember to give us a like, thumbs up, whatever positive notes you want. If you got anything negative, keep that shit to
Keep it
yourself.
to yourself. You don't have nothing nice to say. Fuck off.
If you want, you can help support us on patreon.com. Like David, Mindtell.
The Mind Freak. Mind Freak.
There it is.
Freak Street Magic.
Did and became the Patreon producer for this here show. You can go to patreon.com/kindoffunny and enjoy it there.
Indeed.
You got some housekeeping for me, Kev?
Indeed.
I sure
Mr.
do,
Pata.
Tim Tam.
Mr.
Our first
Pata.
note for the housekeeping. Batman stream Sunday at noon.
Wow, what's that?
I don't know. Barrett and Greg are playing the first Batman game, right? Arkham?
Yeah, it's the 10-year anniversary of Batman Arkham Asylum on Sunday, so Greg and I are going to play through the entire game right here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it'll be about 5 hours because that's how long it takes me roundabouts to beat that game.
Will I be here on the little side mic?
I guarantee
Just
it.
talking a lot of shit? There's a good possibility.
Sounds like Kevin.
It's a great game. Great game.
That's our
note
brand.
for our housekeeping. PAX is next week. Guild War event Friday morning. Kind of funny show. Game showcase Friday at 4:30. Intersight Championship Saturday at 8 p.m. You can find more information on all these things at kindoffunny.com/events. Another piece in housekeeping. We've got Connect Between 3 and 5 shirt and new blue hoodie at kindoffunny.com/store.
Flying off the shelves.
Yeah?
Some of our highest selling merch so far.
Very popular, very popular.
This just in. I got an email from someone over at Rooster Teeth. We're awesome. You want to be awesome too? Get that
Buy our
shirt.
shirts.
And remember to leave a comment and maybe we'll read it on Internet Explorers. We should
Hell
do that
yeah,
more
we
often.
will.
Because people are
Read the
leaving.
reviews?
Yeah, read the reviews.
Instead of
That
just
was
talking
great.
about Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Chad. It's not Chad. It's not Chad's fault. He just decided to go all in on that haircut.
All right.
Make it so much meaner than it needs to be.
That's what Nick does. This show is brought to you by our sponsor, Quip. But more about that later. Now let's talk about what we've been watching recently. Nicholas, you watch anything good this last week?
I just started watching the third season of Young Justice, which is only available, I think, for random purchase unless you have the DC app,
Yeah.
the DC Universe app. It is very weird. I am enjoying it, but it's odd.
Did you purchase it?
Yeah. I purchased the first the entire season, and I think it's rolling out slowly on Amazon. So I think only half of it's there, even though I think the entire season's done.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I only have 13 episodes, and I think there's like 25 episodes available. So
Are you sure? It seems like a lot of episodes.
it's a lot. It's a weird series.
Yeah.
It's oddly tonally strange, but I'm very much enjoying it. But it's like it goes between Justice League, basically like the old Justice League cartoon, where you're like, oh, this is fun and happy, and then someone gets their head or finger cut off, and then at the end of it, every episode ends with super creepy, somber music and a static shot of one of the side characters sleeping. and I'm not making that up. Every single episode ends that way.
That's very.
And you're like, that's so fucking weird and off-putting. And then, hey, Superman's here. You're like, all right, okay. But yeah, that and just obviously the Harry Potter movies for in review, which I'm very much enjoying. And in fact, I think when we're done with all the in review, when I'm done taking notes for all of them, I'm gonna go back and watch all of them again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just back to back to back.
Wow, you're crazy.
Man.
I'm gonna get some
love 'em,
butterbeer
yeah.
and just go deep on those Harry Potters.
Yeah. I had to. It was a lot of work not to watch 4 immediately after finishing 3 last week. But it's like I want to hold back. I want to do them a little bit more fresh.
Yeah.
But I've
fresh?
been like doing it midweek, which I never do. I'm always it's like Monday night is usually when I watch the interview movies.
CJ Rock
But,
32
like-
in the chat clarifies it's Young Justice is 2 parts, 13 episodes each part.
Oh, I see.
Which is very confusing when you go to buy it, by the way.
So-
So I was like, because it's not classified as Young Justice season 3. It's season 1, part 1 of Outsiders, Young Justice Outsiders. Super confusing. But it's DC, so that makes sense.
So have you bought the second part?
I think I bought the whole season. I think I bought it's $24. So if I spent $24 to buy part 1, guess what, DC? I'm not buying part 2. It's just
Spoilers.
not happening.
He's buying part 2.
It's a good
I don't know, man. It's a weird
good
series.
chance.
It's a very weird series.
Cool. I really want to get into it.
You should.
Yeah.
If you liked season 1 and 2, it's not the same. It's very much darker, and they're going for.
But I feel
the
like that's
storyline's
cool.
kind of
Like-
convoluted and not really well told. But I'm enjoying it. But like the overarching like plot of what's
I
happening.
feel like
it's-
you're not great at picking up stories sometimes.
No, I really just don't
You
think
know?
they're good. They're not good at disseminating it. Like the first 2 seasons were really, really good.
Because like
really,
Speed
really
Racer's
good.
story, real solid.
Was there a story in that? I
Oh,
just remember there being,
very good one.
I remember there being lots of
Very
colors.
good one.
And I remember there being
good colors.
Emil Hirsch's
God, I
career
want a
tanked after
4K
that.
version of that. I want a 4K version of that so bad. Tim Tam,
Yes.
you watch anything good this week?
I did, like you said, watch Harry Potter because it's what we do here.
We usually don't bring that up.
I also did something again. I watched Endgame.
Yeah.
It's like I need to be stopped at this point. The
No.
problem is I have it on my phone,
Here's the thing.
and the problem is I'm on airplanes a lot. And the problem is we fly United a lot, and United sucks at now. With like, do you get a TV? Do you not get a TV? If you get
never
a
know.
TV, is it gonna work? Who knows? But I always have this, and now I always have Robert Downey Jr. right there. You know
Now,
what I mean?
when you're watching Endgame, is that on my Vudu account? Mm-hmm. Okay, because like when I go to
makes sense.
go to continue watching stuff, it's all Endgame featured content, like the
I have a legitimate
random,
problem.
random
Yeah.
stuff, and I always have to clear it off the list and be
You know,
like,
we're
I
gonna-
hope he's
We're gonna
done.
get you your own end game.
We'll get through.
We're
Thank
gonna
you.
get you your own end game.
Yeah, no. So it's been great and I enjoy it just as much every time. But I actually bought it on his account.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
your own card?
I think so.
I don't,
I mean,
Well, you
I
guys
tried
can-
to.
because
I put my card on your thing.
Put the card.
No, you,
I bought a bunch
No,
of
you
stuff on
didn't.
your card.
mother.
Mostly just like sequels
Yeah,
to
that's the
old
thing.
Disney
You
movies that I'm never gonna watch.
You can't like switching cards is really difficult. So I think it's just
Is
my
it?
card.
No.
Yeah, because we mostly use.
We'll look into it later. I definitely did not. I made sure to not do that.
Okay.
But anyways, I watched Endgame again and it was great. I also, as I do every week, watched Patriot Act. This week, one of the standout episodes, I would say. It's
What was
about
this week's?
commuting, like the problems with like public transit. And it's excellent. Not every episode has like a little bit that he does, but this one starts with one. And it was really well done.
Did he
Right,
talk
Joey?
about?
I watched it for the first time. I watched it for the first time this week. Like actually live. I was starting to catch up on Patriot Act since you guys all talk about it so much. It was incredible. It's so good. I need to go back and watch all of Hassan Minaj's stuff. I really
You really
like him.
do.
It was a
Homecoming
very
King.
good bit this week that he did. Also relevant to current news things that are going on. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Next week's episode is about cruises.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Now, do you
My
want him to
mortal
ruin
enemies.
cruises?
Yeah.
Cruises.
Do you want him to ruin cruises for you? Because like
No.
they're not like. There's a lot of problems with cruises.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear all about those problems.
But like I want to be into cruises someday. You know, I feel like I could really enjoy a cruise.
Oh god, that's my nightmare.
Being on a cruise. with
Being
Kevin.
locked. No, just being locked on a ship and all you can do is eat.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
I
your
literally
nightmare.
have nightmares about
That's
that.
your nightmare.
Mhm. You get on the cruise, you're a solid like 175. You get off, you're 275.
Yeah.
It's been a week. How did I put on 100
been a
pounds? How did I do it?
Did you watch anything else?
I watched Glow, but we're going to talk about that.
Oh, I
next
did. I
week,
finished Glow as
yeah.
well.
We're going to do
Yeah.
a Glow review
Uh-huh.
because people are still catching
Now,
up
let me
on
ask
it.
you
And
this
It's
question.
going to be 4 of us next week, right?
Yeah. So
Us
watch
three
Glow.
and Joey.
Do you think that all of our reviews will be glowing reviews?
I do.
I mean,
All right.
they will be glowing reviews, right? reviews on
You guys
the
are all
world.
dead inside. Let's get Pokeballs for lunch.
All right, a couple things that I watched. I actually went to watch The Peanut Butter Falcon for a second time. This time I took my mom and my wife Paula because it is damn good movie, and I was like, you guys, we should go watch this together.
LaBouf's coming back, man. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's making his comeback.
I think he's got a real good chance. This and then Honey Boy looks like it's also going to be really.
Let's just
really
hope he stays off the
Peanut Butter
steps of
and
like.
Honey Boy.
No. Honey Boy and The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah.
They're two separate movies.
But if
I
you put them together, they
understand.
make a hell
I'm
of a
saying there's
lunch
a theme
sandwich.
here.
Sure. A Peanut Butter Honey Boy.
You ever done that? Peanut butter and honey sandwich?
No, but I've
Fantastic.
heard of people
So
doing
good.
it. It freaks me out, the
That's
idea
good.
of it. Peanut butter and jelly is the only thing I do. I don't fuck around with anything else.
I'm very excited to see both those
Bananas.
movies.
Yeah.
They both look very, very good.
Yes,
and to be fair, like I do think that this will help Shia. I mean, I don't think Shia ever went away. I just think he had some weird times a couple years back, and he's still a marketable actor. But I just feel like these two projects look really, really, really good, and I think that's going to go a lot to buying some more goodwill with people he may have offended and
They
or
killed him off screen in Transformers. Like,
they killed a lot of people
how
off
sad
screen in
is that?
Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's insane that he was a main character.
They also killed Barricade off screen, and then they brought him back in the fifth one. So who knows?
To be fair, I'm not sure Mark Wahlberg's character was a real person in that Transformers movie. I think he might have been a ghost.
He's a Transformer.
Is he?
I'm a Transformer.
Hey, am I a Transformer too? Hold on, let me try.
Anyways, I
No,
can't.
I'm not a Transformer.
I can't recommend this movie enough. And I think
Very
that,
good.
like, Tim, you should definitely go check it out with.
Yeah, I don't know
your-
anything
your
about it
list.
except you guys like it. So
The trailer
That's all
is
you need to know.
awesome.
Good way to
Don't
go
even
in.
watch the trailer. I think it's best
Cool.
just going straight into it, just being like, I don't know what I'm about to embark on.
Love it.
I also watched the movie Rango.
I have always wanted to watch it, and I never did.
Here's the thing, Tim.
Rango's
This is the
weird
animated
little-
movie with
animated
Johnny
lizard?
Depp as
Johnny
the
Depp,
lizard.
with
yep,
Johnny Depp.
yep.
I loved the look of it.
I believe it's 2000. Barrett, do you mind pulling that up and seeing when it came out? I believe it's like 2001. Or no, 2011. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it
2011,
looks
you nailed it.
11.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like, even now. Granted, putting on a 4K TV, like it you know.
Helps.
No, well, I feel like it hinders it a little bit. Yeah, but the overall aesthetic of it, beautiful. They did such a good job with that movie, and it is free on Vudu with ads. So that's
Okay.
why I watched it. We were just hanging around. We had just watched these next two movies I'm going to talk about, and
But
then I
was
was
it
like,
a good movie, though?
I really liked it. I was shocked at how much I liked it. So, go check that out if you want. Before that, we watched Detective Pikachu. Paul had never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Watching it the second time, I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also watched the movie Long Shot. with
Oh, what'd you think of
Charlize
that?
Theron
Okay.
My wife liked that. She didn't particularly care for it.
and Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, yeah.
Yeah. I really liked that
Did
movie.
you?
Yeah.
Cool Greg loved it.
No, I don't think he did. I think quite the opposite. I
Cool
think
Greg
he
hated it.
very much.
Mm-hmm.
But like the
It's
ending.
the Iggy Azalea of movies for Cool Greg.
Yes.
He has this love-hate relationship.
Yeah, the ending gets a little, like, it goes a little far.
Too
But-
long.
I get what you're saying there. Sorry. It's never made noise before.
God damn it, Kevin.
It's never
God
once
damn
made.
it.
Anyways, yeah, Long Shot's good. I enjoyed it. Yesterday, the movie bros went out and watched Ready or Not.
We did, in fact, watch Ready or Not. It
Just,
was really good. I liked
Yeah.
it a lot.
God.
Yeah, it was
was
good.
worried there.
It was good.
No, it was good. It reminded me a lot of like Sam Raimi horror, like Drag Me to Hell, if you've seen that and all that kind of stuff. Of
Love
like, it has those kind of comedic elements. It's a little bit like it has the gore elements that I kind of wasn't expecting to. The girl, Samara Weaving, who I didn't know from anything really, but she was in The Babysitter, was really good. I liked her a lot.
She was
The
fantastic.
storyline was good.
Yeah.
It is. I think it kind of falls in a like Happy Death Day range for me.
It
in
looks like
terms
it's
of
supposed to be
horror.
like more fun horror.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's a little less fun than that, and the
Yeah.
tension is a little bit like
Stronger.
Yeah, there's a little bit more tension throughout the movie because there are certain scenes that weren't like jump scares that like I was sitting there like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? What's gonna
I
happen?
definitely jumped like two.
and then
a couple
and then
times,
things
for sure.
happen and you jump a little bit.
Happy to see Adam Brody back in the spotlight.
Adam Brody
It
is
was
just a delight. You watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and he's got that cameo character in there, and you're like, where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
Just living
He
off
has
that
a-
AC
Hanging out with
money,
Shia LaBeouf
hanging out
somewhere.
with Leighton
He has
Meister.
a GQ or Variety, one of the like article out about like what he's been doing in life since then, and
He's probably,
kind of
you know
stuff.
what they always do? They always try to do art. You're like, that's cute.
That is
he
cute.
got
Go
married.
write
He has
book.
like a kid and like
Yeah, he married
Let's make
Leighton
a cookbook.
Meister, right? Yeah. We talked about that.
Meister.
Talked about that yesterday on Internet Explorers.
Oh, yeah. Go watch Nerd Explorer.
The worst show on the internet, I've heard.
It's great.
Yeah.
Kevin, what did you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I think I put it more around like if I like rated it out of 10, I more like a 7 range. So not like.
I don't think it's a must see.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Fun.
Yeah, I think it's a fun like date night movie. If you've got like A-list, go and check it out.
Yeah,
But,
if you don't have A-list, I think it's totally a streamable movie.
Yeah, wait for it to come to streaming. But like I enjoyed it, and I thought what was the girl's name?
Samara Weaving.
I thought she was fantastic.
Mr. Yasman 300 in the chat says that's Hugo Weaving's niece.
Wow.
I was gonna ask when she said Weaving right there, or like any relation to Hugo Weaving.
Wait, maybe maybe not niece, maybe daughter. Hold on, let me
Okay.
look.
All right,
Yes,
thank
niece. I got it right.
Okay, good, nailed it. I think Yasman got it right, but
Well, I had to guess because the chat. There's so many people watching the show live. The chat's just moving. It's moving. There's 5 people watching live right now. But they're all subscribers to us. And remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. Give it to us. There it is. For the 2 of you that haven't done it yet.
yeah, but I just I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Moving on to the news. Or wait, actually, wait, sorry. Before we go into that, Joster, do you have any more that you wanted to talk
I
about?
watched one more thing that I think is mostly applicable to Nick, but maybe other people. I watched that Patrick Swayze documentary
how
on
was
Paramount.
It? Now here's
It
my
was-
thing.
Yeah.
Am I gonna cry?
No. I don't think it's that
Also,
sad.
Emotional?
You're not gonna watch it because it's only on the Paramount Network.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If Joey's watched it,
I had to watch it through the Xfinity app on my phone.
honestly, can you rent it though? Can you actually
I
pay
don't
to rent
think
it?
that was the premiere day that I watched it,
Okay.
so I don't know.
If I can
what
rent
the
it for $4,
accessibility
I will
is.
absolutely watch it.
What is it called?
It's called Patrick.
This
Swayze.
this is Patrick Swayze or
Something
something
like that, yeah.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm Patrick Swayze.
Paramount Network just got wrapped into one of those other streaming
Yeah, it was
services.
last week. It was the Viacom CBS. Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
Viacom
that,
CBS, yeah.
So it might be more widely available in the future. It's really good. It's cool. They have his wife, and then they get people, obviously, all of his co-stars
Yeah, they
from
got
a lot
Kelly
of different
Lynch. They
things.
got Jennifer Grey, Rob
I guess
Lowe,
I
all those
didn't
people.
realize how many things Rob Lowe had been in with him, and then was also like in the
All I know was
running
The
for.
Outsiders. What
They've
else were they
done
in
other
together?
stuff together too, and then we're also competing for a lot of the same
Yeah.
roles. So we talked just about a lot of like industry side of
Jesus.
things.
Find it.
Good luck if your competition's Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
Rob Lowe.
His brother's in it, so they talk about a lot of childhood stuff and how like his family kind of influenced him. His mom being like a dancer
I just like
and
in
stuff.
the trailer, they're like, he was a true Renaissance man.
He was though.
And I was like, okay.
He could dance.
Yeah, he could.
He managed to balance the like tough guy Roadhouse Point Break roles with the ghost Dirty Dancing roles really
God
well.
bless him.
I honestly think that's one of the best trailers for a documentary that I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
I mean,
And, like, it was
you're
good
preaching
enough
to the
that-
choir with me.
I watched all 2 hours of it streaming on an app that I didn't have on my phone.
Oh, you could have rented it for $4 on Amazon.
Yeah. I'll be doing that this
Well,
weekend.
I wanted to watch it
Or $5 on
premiere
Vudu.
day.
Shout out to Vudu.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
I think if you like Patrick Swayze and are invested in his story and career at all,
Let's
I
put it this
definitely
way.
think it's worth watching.
If the documentary were 4 hours and just talked about Point Break, I would still buy it and watch it. Still rent it and watch it.
Not
Not as much
a
Point Break as I
ton of
want.
Point Break.
Bullshit. Was
Was Keanu Reeves in it at all?
Keanu?
No,
that's too bad.
You do get Elliot. What's his name from?
Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Roadhouse. and
God,
stuff
what a
like
good voice he has.
that. Some Demi Moore, Jennifer Grey.
That's all I need.
There's a lot of really good people in it, so I highly recommend if you like Patrick Swayze at all.
Excellent.
Nicholas,
I will
I'm
watch
excited
it.
to hear
I'm
what
going to
you
watch it. Yeah.
That's all. I think that's all I've watched.
Thank you,
Besides
Joey, for... We'll see you next week. Now it's time for the news.
News.
Our first story, very upsetting. Sad news. It broke immediately after Screencast last week, but Krypton canceled after 2 seasons. The sci-fi Superman prequel set on Man of Steel's homeworld has been canceled after 2 seasons, and that's not the only bad news. Krypton fan Lobo, a spin-off of the series that was in the works at Sci-Fi, is no longer moving forward. There's always a chance for Krypton might find a new home somewhere else, though. Warner Horizon Scripted Television, who produced the show, it's a terrible company name, is currently hoping to find a new home, possibly DC Universe or the Warner-owned streaming service HBO Max, and I hope that happens.
I'm not too worried about it. I
Yeah.
think that it's all but a guarantee that is going to be what ends up shaking out here. I think the only thing working against it, well, I guess there's two things. One is who technically owns it at the end of the day. God damn it, Kevin.
It's not even close to your mouth.
All right. One is who technically owns it at the end of the day, in terms of the show, because Sci-Fi was involved and how much they're just licensing and globally where that all goes. Then on top of that is, I feel like the HBO Max DC Universe Online system right now is not clear. I don't think that even they know how it's going to work out. Of if you have HBO Max, do you also get the stuff from DC Universe Online? Well, that's not right. That's a video game. DC
Universe.
Just
DC
Universe. They really need to figure
Universe.
some shit out. The DC Universe, will it still exist? Will it be roped into that? Who knows? But I feel like there's a much greater chance of Krypton being on DC Universe than there is the HBO Max thing.
Really?
So I think that it's a timing thing of they got to get the deals done quickly so then HBO Max can gobble it up.
I can't imagine DC Universe is going to be online. It's going to be a thing for too much longer, especially with HBO Max. Like we're finally hit the
The consolidation point.
Consolidation point where now things are starting to get eaten up together, and we're gonna have a bunch of different services that we'll all sign up for $8 a pop.
Yeah. I mean, just on a personal note, I hope someone renews it because we love Cam and it's a good show.
Yeah,
and people should make another season of it.
I'm gonna move on to our next story.
Okay.
Something I don't want to talk about anymore. I'm done with this news, but I'm gonna bring it up. The Uncharted movie loses its director. Great.
Dan Trachtenberg. Damn it. I like him. I like his work. Would have liked to see that movie.
Someone needs to do a documentary about how this movie is never going to get made.
I think it's going to get made at this point because now it's going to be part of the PlayStation production thing that they just made.
I just feel like there's got to be some more story to this back behind the scenes where there's just got to be too many stakeholders in it.
I mean, I think when it comes down to it, it's Sony Pictures is in a very weird place right now, and them adding the PlayStation production company. Barrett, do you know the name of that one off the top of your head?
No, not off the top of my head.
They announced it like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Where it was like they're going to make PlayStation.
I think is it not PlayStation Production Company?
It might be.
I think it's PlayStation Studios, maybe. Hold on. Let me look.
I'm sure the chat shouted it out.
PlayStation Productions, yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation Productions, yeah, like they're gonna want to do that stuff and get it off the ground, and it's one of those things where I don't see that being great for the company long term, and I think that's going to make this a smaller movie than it needs to be for it to be good. Uncharted obviously needs to be a giant scale blockbuster to work, even having Tom Holland attached, which he still is. So we'll see how it goes, but they're claiming it's going to start shooting in early 2020. How?
I mean, I didn't write down the note, but like it was supposed to come out like a year from now or something, like December 2020. So it's like it's been pushed back and kicked around so much. I'm just so tired of hearing about this. Like Uncharted games are great. Let's just that's enough, We don't need a movie. I don't want to hear about more news about this getting canceled or slowed down or Tom Holland deciding he's not going to be in it anymore. I'm so over it. Yeah. All right, moving on to some exciting streaming news. Tim. Apple TV Plus eyes November for their launch date, announces their monthly price.
Good luck.
Apple TV Plus could be entering the streaming wars sooner than expected. Apple News streaming services is reportedly eyeing November launch date with a $9.99 monthly subscription price. The company would introduce a small selection of shows before it expands its catalog over the course of several months, according to a new report. The tech company has announced the official pricing to be $10, which is close to Amazon Prime, lower tier of $9, and Disney Plus is $7. So $10, that's not bad at all.
It's not bad, but I just based on the trailers that we saw for the morning show and all that, it's like I don't think that this is gonna have the legs that it needs, especially not out the gate. Launching in November alongside Disney Plus, I think is a very bad call. Either beat them to the punch or, let the new shiny thing fade out a little bit.
Right. I think that's their biggest issue. If they want to launch around when Disney's launching, and I'm legit excited for Disney streaming service.
Disney D23 is happening right now.
I know.
And
I'm very excited about that.
3:30 today, as of recording, they're doing the Disney Plus panel. Earlier today, they posted a bunch of posters and stuff for the initial launch lineup of D23 new stuff. So
Posters look cool.
Banger after banger, man.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian poster looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So
It just seems like Apple like give it a time to breathe or come in like now. Now would be the time to act and get people signed on and into the stuff. You're not ready, then don't put yourself out there so close to Disney's streaming platform.
And the big thing right now is the morning show, and they're saying that is going to have a budget of the episodes are going to be more expensive than the final season of Game of Thrones. And it's like, all right, when your marketing pitch is we make expensive shit, it better be good.
Yeah.
This is Apple's morning show? What does that mean?
It's a drama.
Oh, okay.
About a morning show. Reese Witherspoon.
Is it based on our morning show?
Yeah, RIP.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is another interesting streaming news. YouTube originals will be free to watch. YouTube is living up to their promise to make all its original content free. Starting September, YouTube originals like Cobra Kai, Impulse, Step Up, High Water. Damn, really? They made a Step Up? All right. Minefield.
I think it's like a reality show.
Oh, okay. However, YouTube's premium subscribers will enjoy the better viewing experience. Well, I don't say how. September 24th, they're all coming for free.
You get them. It's binge-worthy stuff.
Yeah.
You get it all at once if you pay for it. Otherwise,
it's weekly. Yeah, so it starts September 24th. It also looks like that YouTube is going to be pushing more like live stuff. Or like, like The Bachelor and shows like that. Mm-hmm. Or it's, what's that? Reality TV stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with their next go around of YouTube Red or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how much that's going to change. They've always been doing that.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch Cobra Kai season 2?
No, I didn't watch season 1.
Oh, season 1's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so surprisingly good that I'm shocked that I forgot to watch season 2. I don't have Red. That's the problem, but I'll
Red
figure it out.
exist.
Yeah, they called it something else.
What do
right?
they call it now?
It's just YouTube
Premium.
Yeah, it's
been that way for
I don't
a
have
while.
Premium, even though despite every video I watch, it telling me, "Hey, do you want to try this?" I don't want to try it. I don't want the free trial.
I have Premium. I love it. I can't imagine not having it at this point. It's so good to be able to play stuff on your phone with it closed, whatever, be able to download videos for the plane, to be able to not have ads, all that. It's fantastic. The original programming, there's a lot of it, and a lot of it's trash. There's some good stuff, and it going free, cool. Why not? Wong Fu Productions has put out a couple series that are really good on that, and there's a Demi Lovato documentary that was really dope. Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So anything that's been made up to this point is going free in September. Presumably, though, anything after that's still going to be windowed behind the premium.
If you pay premium, you get it all up front, or else it's week to week.
So in like 6 months, you'd have everything.
So like in September, can I watch all of Cobra Kai in a day? I have to watch it once a week, or what does that? I'm confused as to what that means.
The backlog content, I'm not sure.
I think you just watch it all, right?
Probably.
Okay, so presumably anything that comes out in September, you have to watch. It's going to be just a weekly release.
Like season 3.
It'd be really, because that'd be a really bad strategy if they're like, this is all free, but you go to watch the next video. It's like you have to wait 7 days to watch this video. I'm like, this is stupid.
I mean, it might be like that.
That would be dumb. It's a surefire way to get people not to watch the second episode of any of their shows.
Next story. It's a MoviePass one. MoviePass exposes thousands of customers' card numbers. God, why is MoviePass still trying? TechCrunch reported that an exposed database has inadvertently exposed thousands of MoviePass card numbers. Also reported that it's found records containing customers' personal credit card numbers. Along with their expiration dates, billing information, names, postal addresses, enough information to make fraudulent purchases. The database also includes email addresses and passwords, data related to failed login attempts. God, none of the records in the database were encrypted. So it's cool. Glad that MoviePass is still around and kicking.
Keep fucking
something
things
like
up,
58,000 records were put out. So that's fun. So be aware. Like if you signed up for MoviePass
and haven't canceled and haven't got your shit out and changed your passwords yet, do
just make sure that something. God, the craziest thing is like the failed login attempts, data related to failed login attempts. So like when you put in the wrong password, does it save that? Great.
Yeah.
Great.
So you attempting to use every password you might use for something else.
Yeah.
They got that now.
But I have some fun news.
Give me some fun news, Kevin.
Fast and the Furious 9 announces new cast.
Hell yeah, dude. Michael Rooker.
There it is.
Buddy. Is Buddy a good guy? Is Buddy a bad guy?
We don't know.
We're going to have to wait and see. Will he be invited to the barbecue at the end of the movie? You bet your goddamn ass he will.
Dude, if you don't invite Michael Rooker to the barbecue, I'm not going to the barbecue.
Yeah.
You're talking about The Rook, man.
The Rook, dude.
Get him out there.
Is that what we're calling
The
now?
Rook and Rook.
Rook to King 4.
Yeah, they couldn't get the Rock for
Chess.
9, so they had to get the Rook.
Oh.
But then in 10, it's happening.
They were like this. What? Guys, we can get the Rock. What do we got? Who are our options? How about Michael Rooker? Let's just go with it.
Let's just go with it.
Close enough.
I love Michael Rooker, though.
Everyone
He
loves
seems
Michael
so
Rooker.
good.
I've loved Michael Rooker ever since I watched Days of Thunder, and he was the bad guy turned good guy in that. Great relationship between him and Tom Cruise's character.
Is it the racing movie?
Yeah, it's really good. Tony Scott, phenomenal. Oh my God. What the
I really hope that he ends up being like some weird father figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Is it MoviePass? Is MoviePass
called
calling
me
Nick
5
Scarpino right
times.
now?
5 times.
Stop
You guys keep
calling.
going.
Okay. I don't like this.
calling me.
God,
There it is. Okay.
Our next news story, specifically for Nick, Bond 25 is officially titled.
It's not just officially titled.
Here's-
Kevin. I feel like we
let's-
need a little bit
let's-
more.
let's take a step
pomp
back.
and fucking circumstance.
Let's take a step back
for what
here,
you're
guys.
about to say right
Because
now.
we can all agree that up until about 3 days ago, none of us were excited about Bond 25.
Couldn't give a damn.
Cary Fukunaga, I'm excited. That's cool. We got I forget the actress's name from Captain Marvel coming in as another 007. That sounds cool too. But I'm still lukewarm on
It's
it.
another 00.
She was a 00. I don't know if I thought she was supposed to be 007.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she was too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
because I
was
think
the
he's
rumor.
retired in this, and she's the new 007, and they have to team up as like a mentorship. I might be misremembering it. Doesn't matter, okay?
There's only one thing that matters here.
Because I opened my Twitter, obviously, probably 5 hours after Tim did, and I look at it. I obviously follow the official James Bond account, Natch, and I see the title, "No Time to Die."
No time to die.
That's good. It's a good title.
Now, if you remember correctly, of course, based on the seminal Jesse the Body Ventura line from Predator, "I Ain't Got Time to Bleed," which is, I'm assuming, what they took this from.
Probably.
What a great title.
That's a
what
great
fucking
title.
great. They've been knocking it out. I mean, Skyfall is a great title also.
Skyfall,
Spectre,
fantastic.
okay.
Spectre's a cool
was a
title.
great name. It's just, if the movie backed it up, we'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
but it didn't.
Yeah.
Quantum of Souls, I feel like, is the last one where it
Quantum
was
Solace,
like,
dope name. Just
dope
that
name. The
horrible.
movie wasn't
Weird.
there to back it up.
Casino Royale, also a great title.
Casino Royale, great
Also a
title.
great title.
Especially the way they do the
The motion
007 in
graphics,
there.
the beginning, all that stuff. So I don't know, but it's one of those things where I think I like to think that I have a lot of depth. I like to think that I
You don't
like to
know.
think that I am a smart, intelligent person, probably the smartest in the office and and most like soulfully
Nah, I
deep
don't think
person.
so.
But man, when I see that title, I'm like, my opinion has immediately changed. I'm excited about this movie. Let's go. And the title work is dope.
So tight.
Like that, like I don't know if you remember, it's actually a motion graphic and it just starts to form
Yeah.
and then it just does it, and it's so clean and so rad that I'm like, man, they got me back just when I thought I was out. Godfather
You're
3,
back
they
in.
brought me back in. Ain't Got Time to Bleed.
I'm really stoked for that.
When's it come out? November
No idea.
or December?
Next
No
year.
idea.
Usually, is it next year?
Yeah, I think it's like May.
Barrett, you mind?
I'm on it.
Thank you.
Gonna be May.
I thought they were always Christmas releases or like end of the year releases.
April 8th, 2020.
I'm
you go.
totally wrong.
There you go.
Look
Tim,
at that.
great job. Please stop. Now let's talk about something I'm not excited for.
Yeah.
Matrix 4.
Nope.
What the fuck?
No thanks.
Matrix 4 is happening. Warner Bros. Has announced The Matrix 4 is officially in the works after years of rumors and tales of reboots and revolving door of talent folks all taking a crack at this iconic mind-bending universe. The new film will return to where it all began. Keanu Reeves will return as Neo. Carrie-Anne Moss will return as Trinity. How? Lana Wachowski.
Lana.
Lana. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Who co-wrote
10%.
and co-directed the original trilogy, will return with her sister Lily. Why wouldn't they just say that the Wachowskis are returning?
I don't know.
That's such a weird
Well, maybe
To
Lana's
co-write,
taking. It looks like maybe
produce,
Lana's taking more of a
and direct.
more of charge in it, and Lily maybe just coming in to produce. Because before they co-directed, so
Yeah.
I don't know if they're co-directing.
Well, I mean, it
this
says will co-direct, produce, and
one. Oh,
direct.
that is a weird
Yeah.
way of writing that. Then
Yeah.
whoever
Oh,
did that
co-write.
needs
I'm
to-
sorry. It said co-write, produce, and direct. So you might be totally right. I fucked that up. My bad.
Either way, wasn't this supposed to feature Michael B. Jordan at a certain point?
I mean, that's what Talks as a reboot was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing that anymore?
There's one more like
And we're
story
just
that happened.
bringing Keanu Reeves back.
I don't know.
He's 55. Listen, here's what I'm going to say about this before you go on. Let Keanu Reeves finish Bill and Ted. Just let him finish it, please. For the love of God, I need it.
I think it
Sorry,
might be
continue.
done.
It better be. Because I'll be hot if he stops working on that to work on Matrix 4.
Oh, be careful, Nick's hot.
Hot potato.
And then another news story. The Matrix 4 recruited Oscar-winning Braveheart cinematographer John Toll. that do anything for you?
John Toll?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm familiar with his name. I couldn't tell you what if we
He
looked
did
up.
Braveheart.
Oh, well, he's great. Braveheart's amazing. Sorry, I missed that part.
No worries.
Yeah, this is another one of those things similar to Uncharted where I'm like, all right, I'll believe it when there's a trailer.
Yeah, same here.
I just personally, and again, if they can tell a cool story, it's a great universe, but I don't need more Matrix. We got a lot of it in 2, and then they were like, let's give you even more in 3. And I'm like, okay. I don't need more convoluted philosophical hyperbole of of what the universe means and whether or not it's still in the Matrix. Whatever. And also, I just feel like that style of fighting is not cool anymore. But whatever.
No, but they must do something different. They must know that. This style has been aped so much that
Let me just say, this is not the sequel we want from the Wachowskis.
Because there's so much more we can do in the
Speed Racer 2, baby. Let's fucking go faster than ever.
Come on, Racer X Speed Racer finding out the Racer X is actually his brother.
Oh wow,
that would be really cool.
Will the monkey drive a car this time? Won't that be exciting?
Probably.
That'll be exciting. Hey, my hands are broke. Let Chim Cham drive the car. What's his name?
I think that might be his name.
His name is Chim Cham.
You nailed it.
Oh Christ. Look that up.
There's an interesting theory that I believe in with the Matrix, where it's the whole Matrix movies are
Chim Chim.
I hate these people. There's some cool places Matrix could go. I doubt we'll get there. We'll see if it happens.
I pulled that out of somewhere.
Now it's time for some ads.
Do it. Add me up.
Our only ad today is Quip. The easiest way to ease back into a routine. Start it up before September, especially if you're headed back to school. Simplify the mornings and evenings now with a simpler electric toothbrush from Quip. Timed sonic vibrations cover the basics of every part of your mouth and just take 2 minutes twice a day. The mirror mount puts brushing front and center in your bathroom, so you'll remember to bookend the day using your new brush. And the lightweight compact design means you can bring it along with you on those last summer weekend getaways. So enjoy sleeping in, then ease back into the swing of things with a smile. Built-in 2-minute timer pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides and help you to clean your whole mouth evenly. Up to 90% of us don't brush for a full 2 minutes or don't clean evenly. The multi-use cover works as a stand, mounts to mirrors, and slides over your bristles to pack and protect your Quip on the go. So when the sunscreen explodes in your dot bag? Is it dot bag?
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't know what this word is.
Dop bag.
Chim Chim.
Dop bag.
If it explodes in your dot bag, it keeps it clean. Tim recently learned that if he pulls it out quickly, it's like pulling a sword out of his sheath. And he loves that so much.
Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I love my Quip. I use it everywhere that I go. When I travel, it's so easy because when I'm at home, it's a stand. But when I take it to travel, it becomes a carrying case. Mm-hmm. It's sleek. It's sexy. Words I've never used to describe a toothbrush before. But Quip changed all of that. My mouth evenly clean. There's the 4 quadrants every 30 seconds. The nice little sonic vibration pulse. I know exactly when to change. Keep my mouth clean 2 minutes at a time. Twice a day, keeps the dentist away.
Tim's such a fan that he memorized the ad and then had it tattooed on his upper left shoulder.
Oh, that's why Tim loves Quip and why it's perfect for getting back into a routine. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/KFMS right now, you can get your first refill packs for free. That's your first refill packs free at getquip.com/KFMS. Now let's talk about some goddamn trailers.
Hold on.
I had no idea that it was called a dop bag. I had no idea that. I always called it my little
For those of you that don't, it's a toiletry bag.
Yeah, toiletry bag.
When you
But like the right way to call it is a dop bag.
It's a dop bag.
Yeah.
Look at that. Learned something new today.
But as I said it, I wanted to say dope.
But you did say dope. You
I
said
know.
it like 5
That's
times.
why I was like dope. And I was like, that's not right. That's not right. And I couldn't get. You know
What's
when
up,
you're.
Barrett?
How dare you, Kevin, pull together the news? You do a great job every week, but not bring up the most important news this week? Kevin?
It's our big
Breaking
news
Bad
story.
movie has wrapped filming, according to Bob Odenkirk. In a fucking interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Odenkirk said, and I quote, "I don't know what people know and don't know. I find it hard to believe you don't know it was shot. They did it. You know what I mean? How is that a secret? But it is. They've done an amazing job of keeping it a secret.
I saw this story,
Bob Odenkirk.
and I was like, I don't think anyone likes Breaking Bad. I'm not going to bring it up.
Who cares?
God, I
It's
hate
news,
you.
though.
I fucking hate you.
It's not good news. Like,
What
I
do
don't
you
want
mean
more.
it's not good news?
When I watch a trailer and I'm like, that's an intriguing story I'm going to watch, then it'll be news.
It's been up in the air if this thing has actually been real, and Odenkirk just kind of like
No, we knew,
accidentally.
we knew it was happening.
It wasn't officially announced.
it was.
No,
Everyone
it
knew.
wasn't.
Whatever.
No, it wasn't.
You're so
this was
wrong,
like a
Kevin.
weird
I'm
like.
wrong?
Yeah.
I'm
The-
wrong. We've been talking about this for months.
Odenkirk basically like accidentally like confirmed this when he wasn't supposed
Cool.
to.
So
Who
that's
is
going to happen.
Odenkirk?
He's
Bob
Saul.
Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk.
But who is that?
Is he actually
He's
Bob?
Better Call Saul.
He's Saul. He's
He's
Saul
Saul.
Goodman
Okay.
from Breaking
Saul
Bad.
Goodman.
Yeah.
Also, like, do we trust him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he shot the movie.
I like.
Presumably, he was like on set, was like, it's happening. So I can tweet about it, right? Ooh, look at me, Instagram. Hello.
He's also involved with Better Call Saul, the show. So I imagine he's.
Is that still happening?
Yeah.
Oh.
God, I hate you. It's a very important show, and whatever. All right.
All right, let's go some trailer talk, so then we can come back and talk about some Spider-Man. All right, first trailer we're talking about is Villains. What do you guys think?
I recommend that everybody go watch this trailer right now. It's just called Villains. It's a weird little art film coming out in September.
Looks cool. Looks
I'm
rad.
really into it.
I think his name is Jeffrey Donovan. He was in Burn Notice. He was like the lead character in Burn Notice. I love that actor.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Who's he
Kira
playing in
Sedgwick.
this? Was he like
plays the couple is Kira Sedgwick and Jeffrey Donovan, and they're so weird. He's such a weird.
Yeah.
He was
cool,
He was in
right?
something else where he played like a sniper or something on someone's team. That's gonna kill me. But he's great. It looks great. Stylistically weird as shit.
Yep.
It's like a
weird.
small cast.
It's very bright and vibrant, but it is a semi-horror movie.
But
it reminds me of Resident Evil 7, but
yes.
very bright and cheery.
Yep.
Which is even more off-putting.
But
See, I don't know if you're talking about a game or is there a seventh movie?
The game.
Okay.
Where you're kind of like captured by people in a house and like
Yes.
a lot of different
terrifying.
vibes.
Apologies. He was in. He's in
forgive you.
Sicario,
Oh.
and I think he's in Day of the Soledad as well, where he plays just like one of the side characters on the team, and he's fucking awesome. He's a cool actor. This
movie
looks weird
really
and
cool.
twisted.
Yeah, it looks weird and it looks good. That's the thing.
Stylistically beautiful as well. I
Yeah.
like that. I like the juxtaposition of like really twisted, fucked up things happening, but in this beautifully colorful, like vibrant house.
But like
Yeah,
real,
cool.
it's not colorful in the way that's like Disney like
No.
magic bullshit. It's
Like way too colorful, like Speed Racer.
yeah, it's not like that.
Which doesn't matter. I like that. There's certain scenes though, like when we see them discover the girl that's chained up
Great
downstairs,
reveals.
where it's like, oh, the whole room is dark and scary looking. It looks like it's like from a different movie, and I'm very excited to see how they transition through stuff. Also,
dope.
like what is going on with that little kid that's just biting people?
The trailer did everything it needed to, which is like intrigue me and then give me that moment of like, oh, there's mystery that I want to find out what's going on, and then it ended was like, oh, and it's coming next month, so it's attainable. The Magic 3.
Now let's talk about another movie. The next trailer is The Report,
This looks awesome.
doesn't it?
This looks
Is this the one with
Adam Driver
Yeah.
with Kylo.
Cool.
This looks like it's going to be a really intense movie that I'm probably not going to watch just because.
It's very much. I mean, and I'm judging this based off of both the subject matter and the actual style of the motion graphics, but it very much is Zero Dark 30, kind of that like behind the scenes of what's happening with the fight against terrorism and how the United States kind of skirts the line of morality with Guantanamo Bay and what we could do with waterboarding. It looks fucking intense, and he looks. I mean, you forget that Adam Driver is a phenomenal actor. Actually, you don't forget about
That's
that.
what he's like. I don't
yeah.
think
You don't
he's
really
let
forget
us
about it.
forget. He's so good.
He's
And,
very,
he
very
does
good.
so many different types of roles. Like,
But he's like
fantastic.
playing this subdued like reporter who's kind of embroiled in this story that is way bigger than him, and he realizes he's in over his head. And the cast is unbelievable for this. So I'm in. Is Amazon Studios? Is that right?
I didn't notice that.
Let me look.
I'm into though. This looks
It's-
great.
Yeah.
Too serious for me. Like it just looks like it is just so like overly.
Here's the thing. I'm
dropped.
in. I don't think I'm going to watch it till it comes out to like whatever
Amazon
streaming.
Studios. So
Amazon, yeah.
presumably they'll follow the same model they've
Yeah,
been following with
release.
these movies. They'll release it for probably a couple 2-3 weeks in theaters just to make sure it can get an Oscar, and then it'll be out on Amazon Studios if you have Amazon Prime. So that's awesome, and I will watch it on Amazon Prime because this is definitely one of those movies that I think you're gonna have to pay attention to, and I don't want someone in the movie theater just annoying me with.
Yeah.
But it looks
Burritos
great.
and whatnot. All right, next trailer I want to talk about it's just Antlers. It's called Antlers.
Kerry Russell.
This movie looks terrifying.
I'm not watching this movie.
Yeah, I'm not watching it either. It looks like a horror movie, but the type that I don't really like.
Yeah.
Where it's like more suspense horror, and it's like there was too many things in this that I felt were cookie cutter. Like, you're using the little kid that seems off and weird and creepy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fine. I've seen this before.
Who's directing? Did anyone notice?
No.
I saw Guillermo del Toro's
Antlers?
name, but I don't know that he was just producing it or.
Well, it's funny because every time I see this, I keep thinking about, I'm like, are they making a movie about Greg's college career?
It's just Antler. No,
Antler?
No, Antlers, but no the.
Antlers. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at this
I've
directing
recently been more okay with going to watch scary movies.
Scott Cooper is the director of it.
Interesting. Is Guillermo del Toro doing anything for it?
I feel like he is. I'm not seeing it on the. Let me look at the IMDb. Hold on.
Yeah, it's produced.
It's
Okay,
by
produced,
Guillermo.
yeah.
Scott Cooper, though. Why does that sound familiar?
Scott Cooper.
Nope. No idea who this guy is.
Huh?
Cool.
I thought this movie looked cool. I'm getting more into scary movies. Paula loves them, so there's a good chance I might go check this one out.
Perfect.
I think it's going to be good.
I mean, this looks like a Kevin Coelho movie right there. Like, this looks like your kind of level of like that. You like that style horror movie. This is going to be too scary for me.
Yeah.
Well, like just twisted and like you don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. I mean, it smacks with like I'm trying to think of an analog. It kind of reminds me of like True Detective-y, kind of where it's just going to be that real hard, slow buildup of tension where by the end of it you're like,
Both freaky
What is
body
happening?
morphing things
Yeah.
happening. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next trailer, which I'm very interested to talk about. Silicon Valley season 6.
The final season.
phenomenal.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
First
Good.
off, I take a little bit, and here's what I'll say. And this is, again, being the deepest person here, I'm going to talk about a very superficial thing. Why is Kumail Nanjiani jacked now?
What do you mean,
Is he?
why? We have the answer.
He's so
Was he jacked? I
Dude,
didn't-
look at
I
his
did not
trailer. He's
notice that. I did not
He just
notice
walked
that.
in like The Rock and was like, "What's
He's
up?
about
I'm
to be a fucking
Stuber.
superhero.
I'm Stuber."
It's time.
Is he a superhero?
He's in Eternals. In MCU.
Do you not know this?
He's what?
He's
gonna
going to be in the Eternals in MCU,
The new a new
Oh,
which is next year.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he has to get
The
jacked up for that.
planification is happening hard with
Man,
Kumail.
can somebody cast me in a superhero movie so I have
No excuse.
cause to get jacked out of my mind?
Yeah. So that's why he's doing it. Good
So,
for him,
bro,
though.
can you put your arms down? Because I can't. Too much tricep and lat.
I like when he imagines what it would like to be super jacked.
Man, I sit in the mirror sometimes and I just cover parts of my body. And I'm like, oh, that's what I look like with abs. I just do this. That's what abs would look like.
Great. I thought this trailer was as funny as the show's been the
Yep.
last couple seasons, which is very funny.
Yeah.
The plot hasn't been great since season 2, probably.
Just like the part where he goes to Jimmy O. Yang. He's like, are you doing something illegal in here? And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just love the
Great
I
moment.
need a pace, and he like tries to pick it up. I'm like, they're just razor sharp. They
Yeah.
know what they're doing there. Weird way to close it out. Seems a little too grand for my tastes.
Well,
but
if you remember how last season ended, it ended with them like getting their dream of forming the internet, and they go and they've got that gigantic building, that was just like totally CG, but like, huge. So presumably we're coming back to a company that is the size of Google now, right? Something to that degree, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be hilarious.
I don't remember how last season ended.
It ended with him. It ended with, if I recall correctly, it ended with the guy from Huli.
Yeah, Huli.
Huli giving him the rights to
Yeah.
signing off the rights and
Yeah,
saying
They
go
made a
for
new
it.
internet.
And they're making a new internet that's totally run by the
Internet
people
2.
for the people of the people or whatever it is.
Right.
Internet 2. So it's not no one's stealing information. And that's what this is all about.
It's exciting stuff.
It's interesting.
Yeah, and I'm also really excited that it's ending.
Me too.
I don't like it when shows go on forever.
Yeah.
This could have been a show that could have gone on for a little longer.
it could have,
but
but
I'm
I-
happy that they're gonna have a conclusion to it.
I think the internal struggles of the show started showing last season, and unfortunately, that had to do a lot to do with T.J. Miller and them not getting along with him. And it's unfortunate because his character was great.
I feel like there were issues with the season before that too, where
It was
story was
story,
just
man.
they got into this thing where like for season 1 and 2, maybe even 3, were like build up where they would do something, build up to it, everything would go wrong, and then they'd figure out a solution.
And it became Monster of the Week, where every
And that's-
episode
yeah.
it was build
And-
up and fall.
Build up and fall, build up and
It's
fall,
like
and it's
same
just like
shit.
this isn't fun. Like you have to make us care more about like problems.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, just give a shout out to I think it was like the second to last season episode of season 2 where they started talking about
dicks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was one of the best scenes of the whole
Yeah.
thing, where they're statistically trying to figure out how many people they could
how many
jack off.
at one time?
God, what a show!
Now the last trailer, which I put in specifically for one Tim Gettys, the politician.
You know me well.
I do.
I hadn't known about this at all.
Uh-huh.
The Politician is going to be a show coming out next month on Netflix. It is essentially one of those shitty Netflix movies, but it's a season of a show instead. And I can't fucking wait. It has every actor or actress that I like in one thing. It's the story of the dude from Pitch Perfect wanting to be president, and Zoe Deutsch is in it.
And he's running for
Is that Zoe Deutsch?
class president,
Zoe
right?
Deutsch.
He's running for class president.
Yes, but he wants to one day be
Yeah,
the
be president. And like, God, I love that.
Dumb high school drama. It had some great lines.
What's it called again?
The Politician.
The
Because
politician.
the other
No,
main
I saw
character
the
in it
trailer.
is from some other stuff, right? I felt like I was in like Pitch Perfect or something. That's good about me. I'm sorry, I'll look it up.
It's okay. He's not listening.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's from Pitch Perfect. That's what Tim started with.
I apologize.
But yeah, it looks really funny in the way that there's no way the show is going to be phenomenal, but it's going to be damn fun. And what's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow's in it.
Which is so
Really
interesting.
bizarre.
Yeah.
But maybe,
Yeah,
maybe she'll remember being part of this. Maybe not. We'll have to see in 10 years when they do interviews about it.
I
Still
doubt
doesn't
she
know
will.
she's in the MCU at all.
That was taken out of context.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
Have you not seen the updates to this?
No.
It keeps getting better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's like, Samuel L. Jackson was in this? They're like, yes.
So she doesn't watch them. She doesn't. She has
But
no
then
idea what
there's
the
so
MCU is.
much shit where it's like she just had Sebastian Stan like went up to say hi to me. She had no idea who he was.
That's so sad. For Sebastian Shaw, you know,
Yeah.
because
Which is Stan?
Stan.
Yeah.
Sebastian the
Shaw.
Clam?
Yeah.
The Clam?
I'm
Was he a
tired. Yeah,
lobster?
you know, yeah.
He was the bird.
Crab.
That's what
He
he
was
was.
a crab.
It was a crab.
Crab. He
Which
was
one was the crab?
What was the name of the bird?
What was the name of the bird?
Scuttle.
Sebastian, yeah. Scuttle?
Yeah.
Scuttle's the name of the bird.
That's a great name.
Right?
I don't remember that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our big story of the day. Something that's wildly depressing, and I've been thinking about all week. Spider-Man. Is he out of the MCU?
Not a great week for Tom Holland, I'll tell you that.
No.
With the Uncharted
Losing the
movie,
director.
not knowing what's going on with that, and him potentially having a career-ending move by Disney and Sony, splitting these two things up.
Career-ending move.
Let's put it this way. Well, not career-ending, but let's put it this way. It didn't fare so well for the last couple actors that were on their own with Spider-Man movies over on the Sony camp. So let's just... Tom Holland's in a good place right now, but man, if they start turning out movies like Amazing Spider-Man 2, it's not going to go well for him.
I'm not worried about Tom Holland. I'm worried about us, the viewers, the people.
I'm right there with you, Tim Tam.
This is horrible. This sucks. And it's not the end of it, which is the only thing that gives me hope. There's been so many updates to this story throughout the week. So much scuttlebutt, so much lies, so much headline clickbait.
So
nonsense.
run me through the semantics of this, Tim. Sony and Disney obviously was like, hey, we're killing it. We have a lot of power. We want more of a stake in the revenue of this thing, right?
Yeah.
And Sony was like, no.
We had a good deal.
We have a
Let's
good
just
deal.
keep that deal.
So pretty much that's what it comes down to is they had the deal that we've talked about a million times on the show where they were going to lend Spider-Man and the Spider-Man characters out to Disney and Marvel Studios to do the couple solo movies, but also be parts of the Civil War and Infinity War Endgame stuff. And then after that, they were going to have to renegotiate. We hit that point.
Right.
There's been a lot of rumors.
So right here,
we were talking about.
I'm just reading this on The Guardian. The existing deal was 5% of the first dollar gross and all merchandising revenue, with the rest going to Sony.
Yeah, so that was the
So
thing.
5%, not that
Sony
much.
made the bad call of giving merchandising entirely to Disney.
Just too bad.
So Disney's making billions off of the Spider-Man movie and Spider-Man toy stuff from just merchandising from that. But then, the 5% of the first dollar or whatever isn't that great. But when it comes to the MCU movies, like that is a lot because they make a lot of money early on. But Sony was like, cool, let's just keep doing this. But Disney came, they renegotiated or tried to renegotiate and said that they wanted 50% of the profit
They want
from the movies.
financed evenly between the two studios, and then Kevin Feige to act as a consultant producer.
So what they wanted to do, they were like, we want 50% of the profit, but we also will do 50% of the production costs. So they were offering something there. Now, the thing is, there's a lot of talk of was it 50% or did they actually ask for 30%? And none of that is officially confirmed at this point, so we don't know. Because a bunch of reports are coming out of what happened, and they're all conflicting. Because some people said Sony just said fuck off, and some said that they came back with 20% and all this shit.
So was Disney, and then so the part that confuses me is Kevin Feige's involvement in this. Were they saying, hey, we're going to pull back his involvement in just specifically the Spider-Man movie so he can focus more on Disney Plus, or were they saying we want to keep him and Sony's like we don't want him as a producer?
No, it wasn't.
I'm confused by what happened with why he's in the mix here. And
because Kevin Feige's the one that producing all the Marvel Studio stuff.
So what? Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, did Sony not want him anymore, or did Disney
Sony
not want
wants
to use him? Okay,
They both cases want to use Kevin Feige. It's just about money. So,
okay. Oh, I see.
So this all happened, and then Sony's the only one official party that came out and like had a statement.
Yeah.
They went on Twitter
Which
and
I feel like now is putting us in like that high school like
it was
he
a
said
bitch
she said
ass statement, man. It was Sony coming out and just pretty much putting it on Kevin Feige and being like, well.
He says he's too busy with all the...
It's not he says. It's them saying shit. And that's the problem is them being like, well, I'm sure that Disney is happy with Kevin Feige having all these new properties to work with and he doesn't have time to work with things that they don't own. Disney didn't say that. That's Sony saying what they think Disney's saying, right? So that's where it really gets complicated. Kevin Feige doesn't have anything to do with it. Like, he wants Spider-Man. Spider-Man's his favorite character of all this stuff, and it's obvious. He's like the face of Marvel. So he's going to want that. But when it comes to Disney, it's all the egos at the top, and it comes down to money. The money side of this is what gets really interesting. There's an article on Forbes. If you Google the Spider-Man, Sony, Disney, Forbes, you'll see this article that's really, really in-depth and goes into like the mechanics of all of the deal and how they make money off movies and all this different stuff. And what gets crazy about it is when you do the simple math of how much money Sony had made previously with the Spider-Man movies, how much they're making now with the MCU, and how much they could make going forward if he stays in the MCU versus if he doesn't, it doesn't make sense for Sony to not come to some type of deal with Disney. It just doesn't. These movies are making so much more money. And
Far From Home is the highest grossing
by far
movie that's Sony has
ever made,
which is crazy.
Yeah, but with the amount that Disney's been putting in and with what Disney's doing, so they make a lot more money than even they would with the Amazing Spider-Man movies or the other Spider-Man, even though those are making $800 billion, right, or whatever, or not billion, 800 million, because of the amount of money they have to put in production-wise and marketing and all the other stuff. When you look at the numbers, it just gets to a point where it's like it makes sense for them to come to some type of deal. Disney would have to be extremely stubborn to not find some type of middle ground to work with Sony on this. Because the article is really interesting. It pretty much says, at the end of the day, Spider-Man's going to be with MCU. It might take a couple years, but at some point, Disney's going to buy Sony Pictures. Or someone's going to buy Sony Pictures.
Or they're going to offer up enough money to buy just Spider-Man back.
But I don't think that Sony could do that because that's all Sony has. Yeah. At that point, Sony would just sell its entire company because Spider-Man is non-transferable. So if a company were to buy Sony, if Apple were to buy Sony, Spider-Man's back with Disney.
Whoa.
Interesting. Yeah. So that's the thing.
That's crazy that companies can make those sort of rules.
It's a terrible deal.
I mean, that's really cool though.
And so my question to you guys then is does this sound like Disney's flexing a little too hard with this? Like, do you think they push too hard for it? Because it does sound like they have a lot of power now and they're like, we want way more money from this franchise.
I honestly think that we don't have, not only do we not have all the information, I don't think we have even enough information to have a solid idea of what's actually going on. I think that the trades have reported what they know, and I think that it's obviously leaked information. The thing is, from what side? Did Disney leak this? Did Sony leak this? Who's trying to flex? Who's trying to cause some social media mayhem to be able to get something going? Because at this point, it is just shit flinging, right? Like, there's reports being talked about of like, oh, Tom Holland unfollowed Sony on Instagram and still follows Marvel Studios and all this. It's like, okay, but did he ever actually follow Sony? Or did he just never follow them? So it's like there's people like trying to talk shit. Jeremy Renner's getting involved. Stanley's daughter's getting involved. Like, there's all of this mayhem being talked about. Behind the scenes, I'm sure that Disney and Sony are actually negotiating. There has to be some type of deal because it benefits both of them for Spider-Man to be in MCU.
The thing is, like, Sony has done pretty well with like its movies, like Venom.
Yeah, but the problem is it's not well enough. Because for the amount of money that they're putting in, and it's not sustainable enough for that to keep happening time and time again. Whereas with MCU, it's like Sony would have to make Spider-Man movies every 2 years to keep it going, just to keep it afloat. And at some point, that's going to X-Men and trail off. Right. And it's like, okay, cool, Venom worked. Will Morbius? And it's like, I can bet that Morbius will not make as much as Venom. It might do well, but it needs to do better than Venom for this to be sustainable.
Morbius not as well known as Venom.
Not at all.
You know? Yeah.
At all.
Or well liked.
So it's going to be interesting, and I think that stuff is where this might get really weird, is I actually could see some of the negotiations being them being like, hey, we want Kevin Feige to come in and help with the Spider-Man live-action movies as well. and retroactively moving those into MCU, kind of like we saw with Incredible Hulk back in the day.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Hard to believe that, like,
crazier things have happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be optimistic about this, and I think that it makes the most sense for both of them, them to come to some type of deal, and I think that they will. I just worry that it'll take too long and fuck up the plans like we saw with Guardians 3 with James Gunn. Gets fired, throws the entire production track, throws the entire phase off, and then...
Yeah, but I don't
comes
necessarily
back.
think that's a bad thing with them closing off the Fox deal. So, like, now, Gunn has more toys to play with. Or, like, can set up more things for the long term, which... we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for a Guardians movie, but, like, whatever. If it includes... Like, if it hints at other things, that's rad, in my opinion.
I'll just throw this out there, too. If this does end up ending Tom Holland's career, we'll hire him here. You're welcome here anytime you want, Tom. Just come here.
Sure.
Do some flips for us.
The other thing is the MCU, I feel like, has invested so much in Spider-Man.
No, but that's the thing. That's at the heart of it. There's no freaking way Disney's going to let Spider-Man go. They're going to figure something out.
But that being said,
there's no way.
This next slate doesn't have Spider-Man, doesn't look like Spider-Man needs to be involved too much, right? Because it's all about introducing all these new franchises. So was that strategic? Because they knew they might have to take a while to develop the right deal. Interesting stuff.
They'll figure it out. They'll budge on the price. They'll come to a compromise and they'll bring it back in.
Yeah.
I think that the hopefully the worst case scenario of this is we just don't see a Spider-Man movie in 2 years.
Yeah, I don't even. Is there any movie that you would with the slate that we know that we think they would have an ensemble cast kind of Avengers style?
No, but
right?
Doctor Strange could have any type of cameo, right?
Yeah, but I doubt that they'd have a Spider-Man or there's a bunch of people that I don't think that they would have a cameo. To me, that they're gonna have some more of the obscure characters as cameo.
Shang-Chi, I think, could have Spider-Man in it as well. I don't think it's going to, but I think it could.
Doubt it.
Lower level New York stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is Shang-Chi in New York? Interesting. All right. Now let me tell you what's on streaming platforms near you. This is some of my I'm gonna just pick one out of each of the streaming services. Here in the United States, Hyperdrive is out on Netflix. Tim, this is the show everyone's telling you to watch.
Fast and Furious meets American Ninja Warrior.
On Hulu, Mission Impossible, Fallout. And on Amazon Prime, A Simple Favor. Very weird movie.
Very, very, very
weird movie. Is it worth watching with Amazon Prime?
I can't say it is. I can't say it is, but it's a weird time.
Oh god, this is the Blake Lively, Anna Kendrick. This one,
yeah,
looks
such
terrible.
an odd movie. And then movies that are coming out to theaters near you. We have Angel Has Fallen. That was really hard to say. I don't know. Angel Has Fallen, right?
Yes.
Ready or Not. Brittany Runs a Marathon.
What the fuck is that?
Have you not seen this trailer? So party girl that's really unhealthy decides she has to get healthy.
Oh, what's her name?
It changes her whole life, and it's about that. It looks interesting.
Jillian Bell, who was in Workaholics, 21 Jump Street. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's very funny.
Oh, buddy.
This next movie, really interesting, and I remember watching a trailer for it at one point. It's just weird that I feel like it went totally silent. But Jacob's Ladder, the remake,
right,
is coming out this week.
What a weird.
Right, weird. Seems like out of nowhere.
We'll see about that.
The trailer looked really cool, but Jacob's Ladder, weird goddamn movie.
That was a weird movie.
Yeah. So last week I asked you for your topics: favorite unheard of movie, favorite underrated movie. Some of you wrote in. Here's what you said. Actually, a lot of you guys wrote in. Thank you guys for all the support. I try to pick the interesting ones, the unique ones,
and some of the boring ones. We did that too.
Pixel Bagel says underrated movie: Under the Silver Lake. Will most likely become a cult classic.
It's definitely.
And it's a shame it didn't get a chance at a wider box office. Andrew Garfield was so great in it, and I couldn't recommend it more. Watch it on Prime when you have a chance. It's from the guy that made It Follows, the horror movie. I 100% agree. That movie's fantastic.
I liked it a lot.
Weird as shit, though. Very weird.
It's an art film.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, it's an unabashed art film, let's put it that way. It's not trying to be anything other than a weird ass art film, but I liked it a lot. I like the style of it, I like the way it's shot. And I like Andrew Garfield. I just don't like him when he's dressed up as a spider.
Sure. Spider-Man. There it is. C Squared says, let me tell you about one of those most underrated comedies out there, Clue, based on the board game. Clue is a terribly funny murder mystery that I often get that I feel often gets overlooked when people talk about the best comedies. The cast is fantastic, featuring Tim Curry, Madeline Kahn. Yeah. Christopher Lloyd and Michael Keaton. No, McKean. That's it.
Michael McKean. Yeah.
All of whom kill it with their performances. If you're out for a laugh, I can't recommend Clue enough. Clue's a damn good movie.
I'll say this: that must be a generational thing, because growing up, Clue was not a cult classic. It was a classic. It was a phenomenally respected comedy movie starring like some of the greatest comedic improv actors of the time. And I watch that movie maybe once every couple years. I keep it queued up. I think it's on Amazon Prime right now. Is that what you said? It's somewhere for streaming. I think it's on Amazon Prime or Netflix. I have it queued up someplace just on the odd chance that the missus and I want to go down that road, because it's a great movie.
Yeah,
great.
I really enjoyed it.
Legitimately great movie.
What a
great
cool
board game
thing.
also.
You ever play it?
Yeah. Huh. In the 80s. Before they made the movie, or after they made the movie. I can't remember which one came first.
One of my favorite things about it is when it had a theatrical release, it had 3 different endings that went out randomly. So depending on where you saw it, it had a different ending.
Because they replay all the endings now for Shimmy, you get all 3 endings.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. If you watch the movie on video, it'll go, this is how it could have ended. This is how it could have ended. This is how it really ended. Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's just, and the killer is different each time.
Yeah.
I like the last ending personally.
Wesley LeBlanc, that's it. Says, it's a fantastic, strange love story with some really gorgeous cinematography. Such a good use of neon that really showcases just how damn good of an actor Joaquin Phoenix is. Dope score too. Yeah,
Also,
dude, Her is phenomenal.
You can listen to Scarlett Johansson's voice for 2 hours. I can think of worse ways to spend my time.
Yeah.
Who directed her? That's a big director, right?
He's a really big director, right?
All right, who directed her?
I'm looking it up.
All right. I want to say it was Danny Boyle, but it's not Danny Boyle.
No, isn't it someone with a Spanish name?
We're going to look at it. It is Spike Jonze.
Oh, no, way off on
totally
that.
off on that.
Yeah, very off.
Went from that
to...
Yeah.
But was it underrated? Did it not get the Oscar?
It got acclaim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got it. I don't think it was underrated. I think people were like, that's a great movie.
But I included it in here because it's a movie I love so much.
Sure.
Netvu says, a movie I think is overlooked is Burning. 2018. It's a Korean psychological mystery. It's my 3rd favorite film of last year after Into the Spider-Verse and Searching.
Wow.
And the less you know about it, the better. Also, if you haven't done so, listen to Barrett and watch Blind Spotting.
Do it.
All right, well, next week for the bronze tier topic, I want you to give me some recos. It's been a little while, and I want you to tell me what you're watching and what we should be watching. Remember to keep them short. 140 characters. Not too much more.
Sorry. Just looking at Spike Jonze,
you're all good.
director of Her, also directed Aziz Ansari's newest comedy special.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Nope, that's Spike Lee.
Do the right thing.
Yeah. If you want, you could follow us on social media. You can follow Nick at Nick _
Thank you.
Scarpino.
Yep. You can also check out my Wiki Feet page if you want.
They're not the same person.
No, Spike Lee and Spike Jonze, very different.
Wow. I've learned something today, folks.
Yeah.
Tim, I didn't want to make a big deal about it, but I'm real confused right now.
Yeah.
You can follow Tim at Tim Gettys.
Wow.
On all social media platforms. You can follow me.
Shut up. Spike Jonze is very white.
Very white guy.
Yep, very white.
Spike Lee,
Kind of
very
funny,
black.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Go watch a movie. Peanut Butter Falcon's still my number 1, but if you don't want to check that out, or if you've already watched it, go watch what's the movie called? Ready or Not?
Ready or Not?
Yeah, Ready or Not. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.